Did they ever like talk about that recent shooter? Like
which one? The Philadelphia
the most recent one. The guy who like had
the Uvalde
one. The Uvalde maybe.
Uvalde. I don't know how to.
I don't know how to say it.
I say Uvalde.
Uvalde. Maybe that's what it is.
I say it different every time to confuse people.
Solid.
It's Uvalde.
Is anything new come out about that guy with like, because he had like a huge amount of money and guns, right?
Not a huge amount of money. And no, I don't remember anything about money. I
thought that he had like really good stuff, like high quality weapons.
It seemed to me that he'd been working with his grandpa doing some kind of construction, and maybe he'd saved up a couple $1,000. But it's not like he had like $5,000 worth of shit. He had, I didn't see it, but if he had 2 Daniel Defense rifles, call it $1,000 to $1,500 each, and he had a handgun, so $300 to $500. You know, like we're not
like
talking
3,500.
Top
3,600.
If he had he had good shit, if he had like the really good rifle, I don't know.
I'm not asking a question trying to trap you. I genuinely
no. I'm trying to get you a good like answer for like if he had like they're like
I don't follow this kind of shit. It makes me depressed.
Yeah, if he's I don't think there's any like conspiracy to be had. I think that's what you're getting at. Like
no, I was meaning like what did they figure out about this guy like prior to the shooting? But I guess not too much.
Do you remember we talked about his text messages a bit? Between him and his friend. I think that's enough.
I'm gonna kill my grandma and I'm gonna shoot the elementary school.
That's your window. That's enough of a window into who this person was, in my opinion. He didn't have like some this is a dumb person. I think that when something awful like this happens, we really want it to have meant something. And we want to be able to be like, never again, because now we see X, Y, and Z. I think you've just got a dumb fucking loser here. Who like his grandmother taking his cell phone away was the last straw in his dumb loser life. And so he shot her in the head, and then he was like, I'm gonna go do some more awful things. And for whatever reason, he wanted to do more awful things. So he texted, I'm gonna go shoot up an elementary school now. And you got to wonder, like, who the fuck was he sending that text message to?
It was apparently a girl who didn't see it for like a long time until after it had happened.
Yeah.
Maybe not a girl.
It was a person. Ghost.
Yeah, it was a person who hadn't seen him.
She saw that pop up and she was like, I'm not doing that.
He saw it go red. He waited 10 minutes and he was like, yeah, I actually am now. Fuck you. That was it. I don't know. That thing is, I don't like talking about that one because of like the whole thing with the cops not helping. That really upsets me.
That really is so fucking weird. Has that ever happened? Like in a big case where the cops don't go in?
Not like this. Well, not
it
like
happened
this.
in Columbine. It was exactly the same, but we give.
That was different.
I think Columbine was like the first big one.
In Columbine, they were following procedure, and the procedure.
I think it's pretty normal for police to sort of drag their feet on the way to helping
because they're pussies.
Because they're pussies. Because it's easier. Like if there's a bar,
they are.
I'm
talking
cops are pussies.
The more experienced
the
policeman is, the slower he gets to a bar fight. Why? Because it's easier on the cop. Doesn't matter that one guy just got beaten to a pulp. Not to the cop. To the cop, he got there and the situation was resolved. It was easy for him. That's experience talking. There was a knife fight in New York. I talked about this. And not a knife fight, a serial knife murderer. And the cops were right there watching this guy try to kill a man from the other side of a subway door with a glass window, just watching it. 2 men, 1 knifer and 1 victim. They didn't want to go 3 on 1 of the knifer. Woo. So the victim got the knife away from the the victim disabled the
murderer.
The murderer got the knife out of his hand, and only then did the policeman come and cuff him. And
I totally
I'm talking about specifically with schools, though. I understand. Look, cops are awful. Schools.
So Sandy Hook, they got off because I want to say the guy killed himself quickly. So they arrived there. Someone fact checked me, and then the murderer killed himself, and the situation.
So they couldn't do anything.
I'm speaking more to protocol, like procedure, and before Columbine, procedure was to not go in because you're assuming it's a hostage situation and you're waiting for demands. After Columbine, every law enforcement agency, podunk police department in America was told, they got the message and they started training. You rush in right away. They are exterminating our children. That is their goal. Like, get in there now. Put yourself between the bad man and the babies. And those cowards in Texas refused to do that. And even worse, they worked in conjunction with the killer.
They literally stopped the
yes.
Yeah. But like, all right, and I tried to put myself as like the devil's advocate reading. I mean, it's pretty gut wrenching reading like the parents who are like, I was ready to throw my life at this if it meant saving one person, right? Like, that's awful to hear. And also in my head, I'm thinking like, well, I'm sure these cops are like, well, we'd rather them not go put another victim in harm's way, right? But it's like the way that post the event happening with them like actively trying to make sure that the people that they detain weren't going to go and speak about that. It's just like, all right. Like, okay, guys, like it's a little bit too on the nose.
After these shootings, they often ask and they often try to find out, was anyone working with the shooter? Did he have any accomplices? And I really wish the angle right now was, yes, here are the officers who are working with the shooter.
Mm-hmm.
We don't.
Yeah.
We
kept like those moms away, kept the shooter safe.
And I think that they should.
That mom taking the gun, they totally would have shot the mom running with a gun towards the police, towards the building before they would have shot the shooter.
They would have murdered her outright, and then they would have got a paid vacation for it had they done it. Like, it's just so fucked up.
I don't like that one.
Did the Supreme Court rule that there's no there's no legal requirement to serve the public? Like, that's not the goal of law enforcement? Or am I misremembering?
The Seinfeld law.
Wait, what's the Seinfeld law?
It's silly.
A duty to intervene. Yeah.
No, that
was the Seinfeld law. Yeah.